Oh, why hello there. Happy Thursday afternoon, at least where I'm located. I don't normally get to tell you guys that, but this is the Beard Topics live stream. This is a live stream that I take pride in a couple of things being a little bit different. The first off, it is on random days. It is at random times, and that's on purpose. Number one, it's to fit my schedule when I possibly can, just to be completely transparent and honest. Number two, I do like reaching other audiences that can't always make the 9 p.m. Eastern streams on Monday and Wednesday night. Every Monday, every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. I hope you guys hang out. We do free giveaways and so many fun things. This one's a little bit different, though. I want to catch people that are in other time zones, other work schedules, and I take a lot of pride in this stream specifically being able to be listened to podcast style, where you don't necessarily have to watch the screen. You don't necessarily have to be in front of a keyboard to type because you don't have to have a timely comment for a giveaway or anything like that. And I really love that you can watch the replay and get just as much value out of the live. Now, the benefit of the live is we will have in half an hour where you guys are able to ask any beard questions that you would like, and I will answer them in that time. So we have 1 hour today, you guys. How it works is I have a sponsor that we're going to go over that makes this possible. And then I have 3 set questions that came from you guys. Sometimes these questions come from YouTube comments, like in the comment section of this video afterwards. Feel free to leave any questions or other videos. Sometimes I put a story up on my Instagram. Please check out Dan C. Bearded on Instagram. Sometimes I pull questions from Reddit. Sometimes I use Google. Who knows? Today, they all came from you guys personally in comments on my video. So we'll get to those questions after the sponsor, and then we will get to a segment where you guys get to ask anything that you would like. And if you're in the stream, please ask questions, comment, conversate amongst yourselves. I really take pride in this community, and we're going to have a lot of fun today. And if you would like to, please feel free to share this out. It is No Shave November. Who knows who is on your friend list that is curious about growing their beard, that is wondering about caring for their beard, but they're too embarrassed or shy to ask? And something like a video link where nobody knows they're watching might just spark them to ask you. Might just spark them to try taking care of their beard for the first time, which might give them confidence, which might change their beard trajectory, and who knows, make their life happier. I know that sounds wild, but many of us have been through it specifically ourselves. And so if you guys don't mind, consider sharing it. If you see that little thumbs up down below, did you remember to hit the thumbs up? If you did, thank you. If not, hopefully I earned that, and we're able to get the thumbs up throughout the stream. So yes, random topics. What's up, Bill? What's going on, everybody in the chat? And shout out to everybody here, man. I know it's random, but I appreciate that when you see an opportunity, you decide to click this video rather than not. Because there's a lot of people that would see this and decide it's not worth their time. You guys chose this, and I do not take that lightly. So shout out to Kevin, CBD, JB, Derek, Andrew, Matthew, Kevin, Dylan, Bryant, Luke, Old Man, JP, True North. Who else we got in here? Toll Booth Willie. We have Big Red. We have anybody else I missed, I apologize. Diablo, James, Simple Man, Deadlock, Bearded Firefighter, Bill Hunt, my buddy from down the road, Andrew, Rev, Robert, Slash, Chelsea. I think I saw Ashley in there. Shane, Carter, Nate, Frankie. What's going on, guys? And again, Chelsea's in the house. What's up, Chelsea? I'm sure your husband told you. I messaged him yesterday. I was just thinking about you guys. So let's go ahead and get right into the show. Again, if you could, just check to see if you hit that thumbs up. This sign is on. That means we are live. Let's get it going, big baby. And this is Beard Topics Live, episode 41. If you like the style of this live stream and you have not caught the other episodes, there's a playlist that is conveniently created for you. Go check out the playlist and go see what beard things we talk about. James has to catch the replay. Have a good rest of the day. You too, man. And as I said, you guys, this stream is 100% able to be listened to podcast style, 100% able to listen to as a replay and get all of the value. But if you are here live, I do think it has a little special, little twinkle in your eye. So thank you guys again for being here. You get the Golden Star Ticket Bonus Award of the day. Let's check out our sponsor and who is rocking with us today. Our sponsor today, and essentially we have rotating sponsors through Beard Topics Live. If any companies are interested, please feel free to reach out. We have plenty. This is not something that I'm asking or begging for, but I don't like to exclude companies when they are interested in an opportunity to get out their products in front of great people. So today we have Tabletop Beard. Your affiliate discount code, which is pinned in the chat, it's also in the description, is DanC20. Save 20% off every time you purchase from them. And their blend is wonderful. Meadow foam, golden jojoba, rose hip, argan, avocado, and sunflower oil. Whoo! Absolutely fantastic. It is a medium, maybe a sliver more than medium. It's not a full medium thick, but it's a little bit, if I had to give a scale of 1 to 10, 5 being straight up medium, I'd give it a 6. Ardius Man being a 10, Fable being like a 9, I would give this one a 6 for viscosity. It has a beautiful golden color as well. And a couple of things, you guys, they have a very robust sample pack. I think it's up to like 20 now, something crazy. They have so many fragrance oil options. They have essential oil options. Their butter is wonderful. They really, really care. I have 2 favorites from this company. One would be the Commander, which is my collab with them. Very different, very outside of my wheelhouse. You'll never have experienced a scent like the Commander, but it's addicting and it's fantastic. Curtis says 22. Yeah, I thought it was 22 or 23. It's really, really growing. But my most used by them by far is their Winter Solstice. It is all essential oils, and it is winter mint and pine. Absolutely fantastic. Ralph, if you guys don't mind, in the chat or in the replay, drop a comment to one of our longest standing community members, one of our most respected community members, someone who's dedicated his life to helping others. Happy birthday to Mr. Ralph Manning. Absolutely, dude. I love that. And if you guys have any feedback about Tabletop, the sponsor today, feel free to drop it in the chat. I saw somebody say they were wearing it coincidentally today. JB says, love me some Tabletop. Matthew says, Rogue is so good. Dylan said, got Tabletop butter, and it's like a warm stick of butter, super smooth and creamy. That's a fact. That's a fact. Ranger is nice, like a rainy day John. Yeah, that's that East Coast slang right there. Nice. We have a bunch of favorites from JP, and everybody's starting to give their little feedback. Diablo grabbed their cotton candy scent. Good stuff. Love it, you guys. So genuine shout out to Tabletop for making today possible. Love this company. Love the brothers behind it. Robert, and it's 3 brothers, Pacific Northwest. I could go on and on and on. Great company, great people behind it. And Robert says, Tabletop is one of my favorites for sure. Yep. Really, really, really good stuff. But if you have any preferences like mine, give Winter Solstice a try. If you don't, check out their fragrance line. They have so many diverse options out there. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into, and they do have, yes, they do have dice or die that come with every order. Is it 12-sided? I'm not a tabletop gamer myself, but it is very interesting, but they have it. And Willie says, I got the Winter Solstice oil and butter recently. It is great. It really is extremely great. Yep, extremely, extremely great. Derek, great question. I have starred your question, and we will hit that at the question segment. Welcome in, everybody. Robert, I agree. All their solstice and equinox scents are great. All of their solstice and equinox scents, you guys, are all essential oils. Pure natural, beautiful. 10-sided. Thank you, Simple Man. And nice. Just me and mine. Beautiful picture, by the way. It says Winter Solstice oil in today. Love that. Yeah, Dave, you would love some Tabletop products. They're genuinely top notch. Love Tabletop. Had the Commander in yesterday. Nice, Robert. And G-Man says, love the Commander. Very unique scent. And I do mean that. I don't just say stuff like I'm just throwing out terms. I've never experienced anything like the Commander scent. Yep, absolutely. Slash says, Winter Solstice sounds good. Not a big fan of pine, though. I need to know how strong the pine. They kind of blends. The mint and pine kind of come together to make its own invigorating aspect. And it's one of my most used oils of all time. I don't know how much pine I get out of it because it kind of just creates this own unique scent to me. So I don't have a ton of pine, but I'm not someone who dislikes pine, right? Like clove, I hate clove so much. A company I'll point it out and they'll be like, dude, there literally was 1 drop of clove. How did you find it? I'm like, I hate it. That's just how I find it. Timothy, welcome to the stream, man. I appreciate you. Yep, I appreciate you. Really, really cool. And JB says, Commander, so fresh and awesome. Collectible artwork for Dancy fans. And the artwork is fire. We got to be honest on that one. More minty than pine. I agree. I do agree on that one as well. Yep. I do agree on that one. Okay. Got it. Beautiful. Shout out to Tabletop. All right. Here is our first question. And again, guys, I have 3 set questions from the internet submitted by you guys. And then after that, we will open it up for the final half hour for any beard questions that you guys have at all. Any beard questions that you have at all. Hey, Dave and Diane. Love your TikToks, by the way. Love following the journey and that you're staying a little bit colder this year. Super, super cool. It's winter mint, G-Man, so it's neither of those. It's its own unique mint scent. So it's not peppermint, it's not spearmint. It genuinely is its own thing. That's why I think I love winter solstice so much. It's really nice. Okay. First question, I created this probably a month ago, had not even made the video that dropped yesterday about minoxidil. But the question is it okay to have heart palpitations while using minoxidil? I can feel my heart beating faster right after using minoxidil. Yep, there you go. And then look at right here. We have someone comment down below who's in the chat right now, and they said, I would get heart palpitations when using it, part of why I stopped. So let me give you guys very similar to wintergreen. Yeah. Yep, Nate, absolutely. More like wintergreen. Let me give you guys a couple of bits of information about minoxidil. Number 1, minoxidil is a drug. Number 2, minoxidil, it is a known side effect. Yes. Number 2 is minoxidil is only approved for head hair use. There is 0 FDA approval for minoxidil targeting beards. It has not been tested by the government. It's not that we say we got to trust the government or the FDA, blah, blah, blah. I'm just stating facts here. If a company tries to advertise minoxidil towards beards, they are breaking the law. I had someone comment on my video yesterday saying, hey, what do you think about beard oils with minoxidil in it? I have a company that I love that uses it. Essentially, that is highly, highly against the law, and I would recommend to those owners, don't do that. You have a very large lawsuit that could happen. Now, when we're talking about lawsuits, everybody can have a reaction and sue. If you are breaking FDA law when it comes to drugs, not cosmetics, drugs, whoo, big baby, that is a serious, serious lawsuit in my opinion and in my research and experience. So we are dealing with a drug. We are dealing with something that has only been tested on head hair, not on your face, which is very, very different. We know this. Heart palpitations are a known side effect. For me, if you're applying something to the outside of your skin, if you're topically applying and you're hoping for transdermal results, meaning it's absorbing through the skin and you're hoping to get results, I would be absolutely terrified of heart palpitations. If it's something I'm consuming, I still would be scared. I don't know if ever is a situation where heart palpitations happen and you're like, no big deal. But if I could consume it, it would make a little bit more sense. But if I'm applying something to my skin that is causing heart palpitations, that's about as terrifying as it gets. Something that I am putting, whether it's an oil or it's a foam, the 2 most common sources of minoxidil, which is the active ingredient in Rogaine, if I'm putting it on my skin, it's absorbing into my bloodstream and then is causing problems and making my heart have an irregular beat. Goodness gracious. The question is it okay to have heart palpitations? I'm not a doctor. I am not an expert, but I would give the strongest no. I would not be okay with that. And with that said, I can literally send you studies where peppermint essential oil beat minoxidil in a head-to-head double-blind study involving hair growth. Now, I hear you. It was not beard growth. Why? Because there are 0 studies comparing it on beard growth. Doesn't exist. Remember, minoxidil is not approved for facial hair. It is not approved for the skin where you could have facial hair. It is only approved for the scalp. So with that said, they can't actually legally in the United States test minoxidil on a beard. That would be against the law. So I 100% would not have this, and JP says it very well. Risk is not worth the reward if you're getting heart palpitations. I agree. Do I love my beard? Yes. Has my beard improved my confidence in my outlook on myself? Yes. Has it improved my life? Yes, absolutely. Is it worth risking heart failure, heart disease, heart attack, strokes? No, absolutely not. Try the natural approach. Now, again, I'm just responding to someone saying they had heart palpitations. I am not saying don't use minoxidil. I'm not judging people that use minoxidil. I know people personally that use it that have had no problems and they're very happy with their journey. Who am I to judge? Who am I to tell them that it's too risky? But if you're telling me you had heart palpitations and you're asking me if it's okay, my answer would be no. It is not okay to have heart palpitations from minoxidil. I personally would recommend stopping the use of that. That is terrifying to me that happened by putting something on your skin. Awesome question. Next one. What company or brand should I go with? This is a very common occurrence as far as starting a conversation. We like answers in society. If we have a problem, we would like to fix it. And almost always the path of least resistance is what everybody wants. Dan, I want to take care of my beard. Tell me who to use. Well, there's good and bad news with this. The good news is there is an abundance of high quality options. The bad news is there is an abundance of high quality options. And so it is very difficult to answer with any kind of blanket statement like this. It's very, 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 very difficult to answer. What I will say is, if you are wondering this, reach out to me individually. Message me on Instagram at DanCBearded. Email me at dan_command@yahoo.com. Both of those are in the description of every upload. And I would be happy to walk through your personal variables because a lot matters. What have you tried? Did it work for you? What have you tried that did not work for you? Have you tried nothing yet? What about your climate? Do you live in a dry area? Do you live in a humid area? What about your beard? Is your beard gray, white, silver, red, or is it black, brown, blonde? What about the skin type? Do you have oily skin? Do you have dry skin? What about the hair type? Do you have the tight curls of the African-American beard? Do you have the long, straight hair that you find in Scandinavian countries? Do you have really kind of wavy beard? There's a ton of different options out there, and it comes down to two things: personal preference and personal variables. I do not believe there is a one-size-fits-all. Now, have I ever heard of anybody disliking our sponsor today, Tabletop Beard? In sincerity, no. Not a single person has ever said to me, this didn't work for me. I didn't like them. So you have safe bets all over the place to be able to start and to be able to try something. But I can't give an honest, genuine answer if I don't know your personal variables or at least your personal preferences. So what company brand should I go with? From the bottom of my heart, check out my affiliate list. I thoroughly recommend every company on that list, from their products to their customer service. Somebody in the chat right now reached out and said, hey, Dan, I watched a review on this company and I noticed they are not an affiliate of yours, but you still seemed like you recommended. What is that legitimate? Oh, absolutely. There's lots of companies that I'm not affiliates with, but I don't recommend. Or let me rewind that I do recommend. In this situation, it was a company that makes great products, great scents, very popular brand, but their customer service is different. And I'm not looking for anybody to say any names out there, but their customer service is different. And so with that different customer service, it's not something that I could align with as an affiliate, because if I recommend my 75-year-old neighbor to this company and that style of customer service doesn't line up, I feel the wrath of that. I take the reputation blow because of that. Now, they're still good products. The person running it is still their authentic self, but it just doesn't mean that I get to be an affiliate with them. Do Tabletop ship to the UK? I am not sure. Yeah, well, so most beard product companies did ship to the UK, but now with the unexpected tariff charges, a lot have paused international shipping because consumers would be getting their package and then they'd have a surprise $50 customs fee. And so they just are not able to do that. All right. And then same kind of question here. What brands do you recommend for curly hair beards? So curly hair is one of the least relevant personal variables when it comes to picking a brand. It would be more so what color is the beard, more so how dry or oily is your skin, and more so what is the climate like where you're at. Anything can work for a curly beard. You can have a thick viscosity. You can have a thin viscosity. The other variables are a little bit more important than that one. And so, yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Yep, absolutely amazing how all of that kind of comes together. All right, awesome question there as well. All right, pimples under beard in the jaw area. Really, it is hurting. Okay, and then let me help out Bearded Pops here. Humid area, black beard, and then dry skin. I would recommend, if you're humid, go with a thinner viscosity. Black beard, dry. The two that pop in mind right away would be Johnny Ray and Beard Octane. With those personal variables, that really strikes me as two great places to begin. Johnny Ray and Beard Octane, give them a look. Johnny Ray, try the Legacy line. Beard Octane, try something like Cold Start to begin with, and then kind of go from there. But those would be two great recommendations I would give you. All right, pimples under the beard. There's only a couple of things that really cause pimples under a beard. One of the benefits is puberty is a rush of hormones. Yep, a rush of hormones. And it is causing pores to get clogged. It's causing all sorts of issues. The good news is usually when beards really start coming in and guys really start caring for their beard, puberty is over. So the thing that is driving acne ends and it starts to then push a beard. So we normally do not have to deal with acne and beards. Now, are there exceptions? Of course. Is there adult acne? Of course. There's always exceptions to the rule. But here's generally speaking what happens and why you have beard pimples. Something's clogging the pore. It oftentimes is using too much product. It is oftentimes you're not exfoliating. It's oftentimes you're not clearing out wax. And it's oftentimes you just have a dirty surface of your skin. Unfortunately, it is what it is. That can come from having a pillowcase that you don't wash often enough. That can come from sleeping and drooling on your beard and not washing in the morning. And so that is what's causing it. Let me give anybody going through beard pimples a quick and easy guide. Number one, exfoliate your beard in the shower every single day. Take a comb, such as a number 8 from Chicago Combs, it's carbon fiber, and rake your face. All right? Rake your face. Get whatever is lodged in your pores physically agitated and out of there. After that, wash your beard in the shower. Once you have washed your beard in the shower, you're getting that lather, it's grabbing all those particles, and then it's rinsing them out and removing them. After the shower, use a quality beard oil, but do not use too much. All right? Do not use too much. And then finally, drink enough water, clean your pillowcases, wash daily, keep that routine going, and almost everyone will see results for getting rid of things like beard dandruff, beard pimples, and so many other problems. That genuinely will likely solve that beard problem, that beard pimple problem that you have. And then, of course, I have to throw in there, if you're using low-quality products, that's a very easy way to get beard pimples. In my opinion, my research and my experience, things like silicones and things like cheap carrier oils, things like mineral oils are much more likely to clog your pores and cause beard pimples than something like a high-quality beard oil. And so it really, really makes an interesting thing. Okay, and then I don't know why it's not showing up on StreamYard for me. Right here. Brian says, for me, it's moisture against the skin, so I dry the skin better. Interesting. That shouldn't do it. I would push back on that and say to challenge to look for other variables. Moisture especially being locked in with oil, should never cause pimples. It could be moisture and too much oil. It could be moisture that wasn't clean and it's locking in stuff that's there. But you want to apply products to a damp beard and damp skin. It's highly important, actually. When we're trying to get transdermal application, it helps deliver the mechanism, it helps spread it out evenly. You're far less likely to have beard pimples or any kind of problem if you have a damp beard as compared to a dry one. Now, if you're applying it while it's like sopping wet, you just stepped out of the shower, didn't touch it with a towel, maybe, but that product's likely just going to drip and run off more than anything. So I would challenge you to think about the other variables there, because almost always that is not the case. Now, I did say earlier in the episode, there are exceptions to every rule. Absolutely. But in this one, I would be highly surprised if it was moisture that was actually causing that problem. Use an essential oil blend that has tea tree when you have a pimple. Yeah, tea tree is fantastic for that. Yep, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Okay, now it is time for questions from the chat. So anything you guys have, I have 3 questions so far, and drop them as we go. I will keep this stream going until 4 o'clock, or as long as we have questions and topics to cover. If for any reason we run the well dry on questions, we'll wrap up the stream at that time. No worries. But I want to be able to help out as many people as I possibly can in this hour time frame. So thank you guys again for checking out the stream or checking out the replay. If you watch the replay, leave a comment. I love to see who's watching. It means a lot to me. Derek says, do you have a suggestion for keeping the beard healthy after surgery? I feel that all that energy is going into healing and my beard is getting what's left over, just feeling a little thin. My friend, I'm glad you're still recovering from the surgery. I know we've talked about this, but let me hit you with a little bit of information here. And let me see. Okay. So one thing that you can do, and I do have a video on this. I'll show you guys over here. It's searched beard care surgery. If you see on the top of the screen here, I do have sickness or surgery recovery. So I do have a full length video on this topic. You guys know it is my job to try and cover as many of these topics as I can. I want to be there as like a beard encyclopedia for when people ask about, any question, I want to be able to cover it. The viscosity of Tabletop is a medium, maybe a sliver. If I had to give it a 1 to 10, it'd be a 6. All right, it's not medium thick, but it's just above medium. Okay, so beard care. Oh, let me get that question back up here. He says, I feel like all of my energy is going to healing and my beard gets what's left over, just feeling a little thin. Derek, you are 100% correct. Your body, and again, guys, I'm talking about your body, okay? Your body is absolutely prioritizing your health and not your beard. Your body sees your hair and nails as 2 of the least important things on your entire self. The second you start to get sick, the second you're recovering from injury, from surgery, from even mental health, immediately your body has all these little levers that they can pull where the nutrients are going. Keep in mind, every hair on your body has 2 blood vessels feeding it nutrients. Every hair on your body. That's insane. That's insane. Once your body is like, oh my gosh, there's something going on, we need backup in these areas, it will stop feeding your hair and your nails nutrients. And it will divert all the nutrients to where you need to heal. That's a pretty good function, right? Now, will your beard feel worse? Yes. Will your beard look worse? Likely. Will your beard thin out? It can. But please understand, this is a function of your body and it is doing its job. Get better, recover, heal, prioritize internal health and mental health, and your beard will be here again. Okay? Your beard will bounce back. Your beard is wildly resilient. Get healthy and it will all take care of itself. Now, if you can, prioritize washing and oiling throughout this process. That's going to help out a lot. Outside of that, let your body recover and focus on that healing part. But you're spot on, man. Your instincts couldn't be more accurate. And Dylan's right here. Surgery is stressful. And we know what stress does to the beard. The exact same thing. Number 1, it causes inflammation. What happens when you have inflammation? Essentially, your body goes into protect mode. And what happens with hair is your body starts to cone up around the follicle to protect it. Well, when it does that and it cones up around the follicle, and I mean literally physically cones up around the follicle, it's like a little pyramid of skin forms around it. It then cuts off the nutrient highway and doesn't allow nutrients to get to the source where it needs to go. Once you just relieve that inflammation and you lower your stress, that rush comes right back again. Is it ideal? No, of course not. But surgery is not ideal. Sickness isn't ideal. So what we do what we can with what we are given. So really try to lower that stress as much as you can. Yeah, really try to lower that stress as much as you can. Yep. And when you are not healthy or super stressed, your beard slows. And that is just a fact. Absolutely just a fact. And anybody coming in, man, I appreciate you guys. If you could, just see if you hit that thumbs up. And if you want to share this out, I take a lot of pride in this stream, being able to have great replay value and even listen podcast style. So thank you guys. We are trying to hit that 100K this month. Anything you can do by telling a friend, by sharing out the content. And I mean this. It's not YouTuber talk. This is me to you guys, Dan to anyone. I do appreciate it. This is such a passion of mine. I love being able to help people. There's people in here right now that have a worry or a problem with their beard, and our community information might help their path. How freaking cool is that? Someone might think about themselves in a little better light. Someone might stand up with their chest up a little taller because of something you guys gave them. The more we get this channel out to people, sincerely, the more beards and we can help. If you help their beard, you help their marriage, you help their life, you help their job. There's so many ways that this has legs. So again, I do appreciate that, guys. And Ryan, I have questions starred, man, and I'm running through those questions. So I will be getting to your question 100%, dude. Okay. And again, if you have questions, guys, I am starting them. Right now I have 9 of them in the queue. All right. Ari says, is it normal for beards to stall out around 5 to 6 inches? No, it is not. Is it normal for people to believe their beard is stalling out at 5 to 6 inches? Unbelievable, yes. It is what I call the law of proportionality. Hear me out. What up, OG Fitzroy? What's up, Brian? What's up, Houston? When you are growing a beard, if you add an inch at stubble, massively noticeable, right? If somebody your whole life has had a stubble beard, and then the next time you see them, they have an inch-long beard sticking off their face. Whoa, dude, when did the beard grow you? What's going on? If I add an inch to my 16-inch beard, nobody in the world notices. I could cut off an inch right now, and no one would know that I trimmed. It's still an inch of hair. But the notice is so much different because of the law of proportionality. The same thing happens in this journey, Ari. When you're growing it out, you feel like you're having great growth. You feel like you're having an explosive growth rate. And then once you get to that medium-sized beard, you're like, man, it's just not growing the same anymore. In almost all cases, it is. And if it's not, it's likely due to other factors that has nothing to do with the length and everything to do with your internal health and your stress level. If your growth stalled and you're at a plateau, focus on your diet. Focus on your exercise. Focus on your beard grooming habits, and most importantly, focus on your level of stress. If you really look at it and you genuinely feel like you've hit a plateau with your beard around 5 to 6 inches, I bet most people can tie it to a stressful season of their life. If you can get to 5 or 6 inches with a solid beard, most people can get to 10, 12 inches. It's just true. People don't want to believe it, and that's fine. But if you can grow a really solid 5, 6 inch beard, you likely can grow out to a 10 to 12 inch beard. So it is not normal for it to stall, but it is normal for it to feel like it has stalled. Ninja. So recently I got eczema on my neck. Not sure if it's from new beard products or new satin pillowcase. Should I avoid scented products while it goes away? So forgive me if I have any of the exact semantics wrong, but I don't believe you get eczema. Eczema is something that happens within, and then different things can flare and trigger it. How do I know this? My 2 sons have eczema, and they have different things that trigger their eczema. Does anybody for $1 million of fake bonus doll hair money want to guess what the number one trigger of eczema breakout is? And again, if you have eczema, it's something within you. It's not contagious. I don't get to rub up against you and then, oh, you got eczema. But does anybody know the number one thing? Hey, ding, 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 ding. We have the chat. It is stress. The number one indicator of bringing out eczema is stress. Now, are there other things that can do it? Yes, absolutely. It can be your detergent. It can be your soap. It can be your diet. It can be allergies. It can be so many different things. But number one is stress. What flares up eczema? Stress. And so in this situation, Ninja, if you just had it at a random spot, I don't think it would have to do with beard products. If anything, beard products have treated eczema. There's a company in the chat, Right Meow, that had a review that they can't claim for themselves, but the other people have claimed, and it said it cured their eczema, or at least the symptoms of eczema, by using their blue tansy wash and oil. So I highly doubt this was not something to do with your beard products. Definitely had nothing to do with your satin pillowcase unless you had an allergic reaction to satin. But I don't think it's that. If anything, I would double down on quality products. Can I wash beard with tea tree shampoo? If it's not designed for the beard, I highly would not. Remember, any shampoo that is designed for your head hair is going to be far more aggressive than any beard wash designed for your beard. Our head hair, our scalp underneath, totally different follicles, totally different hair types. Just feel it. You guys can understand the actual feel difference. The oil level is different. The pH of the skin is actually different. The pH of the hair is actually different. So if it's a tea tree shampoo for your head hair, it is likely going to be far too harsh for your beard. Can you get away with it once? Yeah. Can you get away with it for a week on vacation? Probably. But eventually, continued use of a head hair shampoo, especially a tea tree based one, is going to break away at the fibers of your hair. Even when it's a slow process, even when you don't want to believe it or see it, I have those guys that are the strongest ones of, hey, beard products are a scam, they're marked up, they're too expensive, blah, blah, blah. I still have those guys. I've literally had guys come to me crying in tears and saying, Dan, one day it just seemed like it was just a switch and my beard started falling out and it's not coming back again. Well, some problems are slow burns. And then once you realize it, it's genuinely too late. We have nothing on this planet that can really repair hair. If you've done damage to hair, you got to get rid of it. So might as well take care of it along the journey. And so, no, I highly would not recommend using tea tree shampoo for your beard. I also wanted to share an issue I have with beard balms that don't hold curly beards down. I notice butter does a way better job of holding the flyaway hairs. Interesting. That shouldn't be the case. The only difference of beard balm and beard butter would be the ratio of beeswax. Beeswax is far better at holding hair in place than anything else on the market. It could just simply have to do with the companies you're using, the products you're using. Have you tried heat? If you are looking for getting everything that you said, you told me you have a curly beard, you told me you have flyaways, you've had issues with holding it down, your answer is heat. Heat in your routine, whether it's a blow dryer and brush, or blow dryer and comb, or a heated brush, and then something like a balm or a butter, that would be your answer to this situation. But it shouldn't be the case that the flyaways are held down better than the balm, or than with butter than balm. Now, if it's a preference thing, you like the way it feels, you like the way it moves, absolutely, dude, 100%. But it shouldn't be the case that it does a better job for specifically holding down flyaways. And guys, keep the questions coming. We still have 20 minutes. I'll be coming through as many of these as I possibly can. And I do appreciate you guys being here. Heat frizzes my beard even more. I use a heated brush. So, okay. And this is not directed at you. This is in general. User error is a massive thing. User error is a massive, massive real thing. If heat is done correctly, it will not frizz out your beard more. Period. End of story. There are some rules where there are not exceptions. But if you're using the wrong kind of heat, if you're using heat in the wrong way, then you can cause problems, exactly like Brian said right here. That would be cautious with the heat, though. Too much makes my flyaways go crazy. I got to keep the heat low. Absolutely. There is a proper way to do it. And I will say, most people that get frustrated with heat, it's because they haven't put the work in on the trial and error and the practice side of things. I am 10 years into caring for my beard, and I still have many different avenues of adjusting my styling, especially with heat, on a daily basis. And yeah, Brian's exactly right. Too much heat absolutely will. Couple of rules of thumb. Never go above 365 degrees. I recommend starting at 320 if possible. Watch my routine videos, guys. See the pace in which I use the heat. See how many times I pass over my beard. Look up other beard morning routine videos and just get data. I'm not saying you got to watch me. I'm not saying the other ones are right, but you can at least pull data and see where you're going. Is a blow dryer sufficient? So I use a heated brush every day on my mustache and then under my lip. But I use a blow dryer on the rest of my beard. Yep, on the rest of my beard. And a go-to is probably a top 2 best beard straightener on the market. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And Brian says, with a heated brush, if I go above 280, it pokes out in all directions, makes me too straight. Now, how did he find that information? He practiced. He went through trial and error. He went to 320 and said, dude, that's too much for me. He went down. He's probably gone below 280 if possible and said it's not enough to keep it in place. And he found his sweet spot. He lives in a unique climate area. He has a very white beard. He went from a long beard to a medium beard. There's a bunch of different variables where that makes a big difference. And so the 2 that I do recommend would be Beard Octane cordless and then the Aberlite Go 2, which is also cordless. So yeah, great questions. Yep, great questions. G-Man, I have tried those scents, but I don't remember what they smell like. Full transparency. I pretty much stick to Winter Solstice and the Commander at this point, but I have tried every scent that they have. Yep, absolutely. All right, JP. And then, great. I'll take this question while it's on topic here. Oh, Moose, I appreciate that, man. Moose says, Beard Topics hits different on a long drive. Moose, same the heck here, dude. I love when a good podcast pops up. Moose, if you haven't checked out the Wild Times podcast, please do. It's Forrest Galante and his dumb buddies. I say dumb on purpose. They're just silly. They're stupid. It's fun. It's bro humor, but it's animals, stuff. Check out Wild Times. You would like that. Just watch our content first, though, of course. All right. And then somebody said... I saw a question. I don't know where it went. But somebody said, why? I don't know why it's not popping up over here. But someone said, why do you not use a heated brush on the rest of your beard? It makes my beard too straight. I like the volume and the texture I get from a blow dryer on the rest of my beard. And I like the heated brush on my mustache and the areas where I want them really, really, really nice and tight. Okay. JP says, I prefer lighter, buttery, generally speaking. Are there any specific advantages to a beard butter blend that includes butters like mango or kokum or shea? I find mango blends it a bit tacky. Yeah, so it's all personal preference. Are there advantages? For sure, depending if it's an advantage to you. So the ones that have kokum and mango can be tackier, where it's a little bit stickier, and that gives a little bit more hold. Some guys don't want the full hold of a balm. They want a little bit lighter hold and presence of a butter, and that works great for them. But there are some companies that have found a way to use mango, have found a way to use kokum, have found a way to use other butters out there, and it comes down to their cooling process, and they've made those smooth. Now, are there other advantages outside of that? Yeah. When you have shea butter, you have 9 different long-chain fatty acids that are phenomenal for the hair. When you add in kokum, you add in mango, you're adding in additional fatty acids that don't exist in shea butter, and they are also fantastic for the hair. That's a great way to avoid plateau effect is by using different butter ingredients in your beard. And so, yes, there can be. Now, do I think you guys should be rotating through different butter ingredients? Not necessarily, no. If I could have a beard butter with just shea butter and oils for the rest of my life, my beard would be fine. I have no need for other ones. Do I like some companies that use mango butter? Oh my gosh, yes. So it's not something that is a need, but can it help? Yeah, absolutely. Wow, I can't believe I didn't even think about that because I did have heart palpitations after using. There you go. The minoxidil stuff is real. Which has the best long-term benefits, beard shampoo or a beard soap bar? So Ashley, Ashley still is the name there. Very different things. Beard bar or beard soap bar, we're talking about using lye in the soap making process, and you have a pH of 9 to 11. That should only be used on a beard once a week at most. That is what we call a stripping wash when it comes down to the ingredients, the ratios, and the pH level. Beard shampoo, I'm assuming you're talking about beard wash. If we're talking about a daily gentle one, I do recommend washing your beard every single day. 6 days a week with a gentle, 1 day a week with a stripping. So there is not a best. They both should be in your rotation, in my opinion. I started a beard oil rotation and noticed some hairs were thinner than before, even started to be transparent. Did I damage my hairs? Not by rotating. No, absolutely not. If that actually is happening, I doubt that happened in such a short time frame. If it is happening, there's another cause, and it's likely your internal health. But there is no beard oil that is going to thin your hairs, and then especially no beard oil that's going to make them transparent. Even the bad ones are not going to do that with the transparency. So if that is happening, then you have something else that you really want to look at. The beard is the body's indicator. It will tell you that something's going wrong. Or more likely, you're just noticing hairs that you didn't notice before. The heat, okay, yep, got that one. All right. Which ingredients in oils dissolve the fastest? So Arizona Ed, correct me if I'm wrong, but for dissolve, are you looking for absorbs? So absorbs into the skin. Dissolves isn't really a thing, right? Our oil doesn't dissolve into thin air. That's not how these work. But I'm not trying to be like semantical or anything like that. I just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing. But if you're asking which oils absorb into the skin and hair the fastest, generally speaking, it's going to be the least viscous oils. It is going to be the thinnest carrier oils. So you're going to look for things like grapeseed oil, believe it or not, fractionated coconut oil, believe it or not, but also things like primrose oil. You're going to look for hemisqualane oil, which is probably the thinnest oil on the market. Now, there are other ones that feel thicker but do absorb very well, and those would be your bird oils. Emu and ostrich absorb very quickly and very deeply. And so you want to look, rosehip, yep, absolutely. You want to look for thin viscosity oils that have deep penetration. And the ones that I just listed are probably all of the best examples for those ones. So great question. Yep, great question. Oh, wow, and look at this. Circling back to our last one, Slash says, I did start taking a new medication. Ding, ding, ding. That is your answer, my friend. Medication 100% messes with beards. 100%. That is likely what is doing it. CBD is not, it would not be the same in this context, right? CBD is great for anti-inflammation, but it's not something that's going to absorb fast or not fast. CBD should be looked at as an active ingredient and not a carrier oil, because it's not a carrier oil. So just a little bit different in that specific situation. All right. For heat, is a blow dryer with a brush superior or inferior to a heated brush? Just different tools for different situations. Blow dryer is more for the general mass of the beard, and a heated brush is for spot areas, or if you have a short beard, go heated brush. Generally speaking, the longer your beard, the more you go to a blow dryer. The shorter your beard, the more you go to a heated brush. Okay. And then let's see what we have here. As I'm cycling again, guys, we got about 10 minutes. So if you have your questions, I'm still coming through. Drop those in the chat. I have a very thick reddish beard. What's the best way to help length? Is that fitness right there? The best way to have better length is to be healthy. And if your account is based on fitness, hopefully that's still continuing and that's your best bet. Outside of that, my man, look at biotin. If you're looking for length, vitamin B7, biotin. 10,000 mcgs a day, Take it with water before your last meal. Do not have biotin an hour before or after caffeine because your body's receptors are the same for biotin and caffeine always wins. It will always beat biotin. You'll never absorb enough biotin. So 10,000 mcgs of quality biotin. Don't go to your drugstore and get the buy one, get one half off crap that came from a ship in China. I'm not like disparaging China. It's just true. In my experience, that stuff is crap. Actually went through it and experimented with that. So biotin. Other than that, good quality beard oil and beard wash. Growth happens at the skin and beneath the skin. It doesn't actually happen with the hair. So beard oil touches the skin. Beard wash touches the skin. Those would be your most important factors that you have. So yes. The next consultation we do is just going to be me and you with hair dryers and me figuring out how to make my beard go literally everywhere. Yes, I got you, Nate. We will do that. I have actually had personal beard consultations. Now, I do consultations pretty much every single day with beard product companies, with their marketing, their website, their SEO, their product development. But I have had individuals that are like, I just want you to help my routine. Obviously, my time with my family, my work is crazy busy and valuable. So we've done consultations for beard routines, straight up. Yep, absolutely. Is a stripping wash important for me? I'm an oil-only guy. I know, but it works for me. I would, yes. If you're oil only, maybe only use a stripping wash once every other week. But there are things that will latch on to your hair follicle that daily gentle washes just won't get off. In the head hair world, you have normal shampoo, which is pretty aggressive, and then there's clarifying shampoo for the same exact reason, especially in the women's head hair industry. So glad I was able to make the chat. Thank you, man. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I appreciate you being here. This is a lot of fun. I love these ones, and I try to do as much as I can. I caught the replay of Beard Advice Live. Guys, we are live every Monday and Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. I've never missed in 7.5 years. I hope that you guys consider tuning in. And found the beard products with CBD topic interesting. Does hemp seed offer any similar but less stringent challenges from a legality perspective? Hemp in the United States does not have any of the legality problems. Outside of the United States, international shipping-wise, yes. I guess I should retract that. The one issue with hemp products in the United States, some federal government workers cannot buy hemp-based products. They cannot use hemp-based products. Not all federal workers, but some. The main legality challenges for hemp seed oil or any hemp-derived product with cosmetics is there are many countries where it's illegal to send hemp products to. The Middle East has a bunch of countries. For example, Canada got weird with it for a little while. So it's the international shipping that has challenges for hemp. Inside of the United States, there is CBD that's much more of the headache for it. Is there a hemp seed beard product you recommend? There's a bunch. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but if you guys know any of my affiliates that use hemp as in carrier oil, please drop a recommendation in the chat. It is appreciated. Okay. Great questions, you guys. And again, keep these ones coming if you don't mind. All right, let me see where I was at with this one. Okay. Got it here. Beautiful. And again, thank you guys. Got the reddish beard, got the consultation. Awesome. Okay. I'm only 2 months into my first beard growth, and my bathroom looks like a medieval apothecary. How many different beard oils constitute a healthy rotation? I believe 3 is fantastic. More is wonderful as well. But if you can rotate between 3 viscosities of oil, you're doing better than almost all beardsmen in the country. So 3 is wonderful. Now, most people in the chat right now probably have more than 3 beard oils in rotation because we treat it as a hobby. We treat it as a collection. Guys, I don't drink alcohol, so I'm not collecting bourbon. I don't smoke cigarettes or cigars, so I'm not collecting cigars. I don't care about cars, so I'm not getting expensive car parts. I don't ride motorcycles, so I don't have motorcycle bills. I don't golf because golf is wildly expensive. I don't go to the bar because I don't like going to the bar. My hobbies are here. All right, my hobbies are here. Okay. Would thin already full grown? Would it thin already? Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Slash. Yeah. People don't realize. People think that your beard hairs are just dead. That's not fully true. Our beard hairs get nutrients, right? It's those blood vessels connected to every single hair, and we can prove this. Have a really terrible day with hydration and then tell me if your beard hair feels worse than it did the day before. The answer is yes, because that hydration comes down through our hair. It actually brings it from the surface. So yeah, if you take medication, 100% it can already change existing hairs. Yes. Yep. Do you have a company you recommend to get biotin from? If you're looking for straight biotin, legitimately the best company I've ever had experience with was Beard Octane. I tried crap and it didn't work. I've also tried other gummies that have a bunch of other stuff that do work, but if you're looking for straight up biotin, Beard Octane. I know you're big on bar beard soap. All soap dries my skin out too much, so I avoid them in favor of liquid body wash. Is there a bar beard soap for dry skin? No. If you get dry skin from bar soap, all bar soap's likely. The only exception might be something where you have super fatted in the soap, like a goat's milk. Goat's milk might work because of that super fatting. Okay. Yeah, the Ice CBD. Yeah, that was my buddy who ran the company. They are not in business right now, but they do want to come back. Do nettles have any benefit? I found a company online, which I don't know enough about that. So, and this is one thing with me, you guys. I know I can rattle off questions and people will be like, oh, this guy's talking beard stuff. I don't know enough about that, and I am not ashamed to admit when I don't know something. So I don't know enough to say there. Okay. I take biotin from Primal Harvest. Do you recommend that brand? I think so, yeah. Yeah, actually I do. I believe that is a high-quality company, so you're probably really well off right there. Yep. Golf is less expensive if you use the side entries. Yes, the side entrance of the jail. No, just kidding. All right. I'm so bad at drinking water. I force myself for a while, and then I fall off bad. Any tips on keeping myself on track? Yeah, I do, man. Good to see you, Connor. Number one, always have your water with you. Make it a habit rather than a want or a need. Just make it a consistent habit. Number two, I like a physical reminder. I fill up a gallon of water at night. I put it in the fridge, and then I can physically see where that water level is at. If I get to this point in the day and I haven't refilled this bad boy, oh no, I'm doing bad. And then another one is they do have like apps on your phone that will remind you to drink water. So just simply make it a habit. Will hair pomade mess up facial hair with unbelievably yes. Hair pomade is going to suffocate the hair and clog the pores, and almost entirely likely for everybody, it's going to slow your beard growth. It's going to make it more difficult to style over time. Do not use hair pomade on your beard. Absolutely not. And there's companies that I recommend that make hair pomades. Don't use it on your beard. All right. That's definitely not something I would recommend at all. My mustache is like straw. I used mustache wax, but it still doesn't look good. I'm thinking of going back to stubble stash. No, don't do that. Have you tried a heated brush on your mustache? Everybody's mustache for the most part is a little bit thicker, a little bit more coarse. We all know when a mustache hair pops out, you're like, oh yeah, that you kind of rolled in your fingers and we're all weirdos together. We're like, man, that does feel different. Heat. A heated brush, apply some oil, wait 3 to 5 minutes, and then use a heated brush on your mustache. Not only is it going to look better, it's going to soften it. I promise you, my wife thanks me. It really does make a big difference. Really does make a big difference. All right, guys, we have cleared all of those questions. I would like to circle back to our sponsor just to say shout out and thank you to them for making today happen. Thank you guys in the chat for questions. If you have additional questions, leave a comment on this video. Maybe I'll put it on the next one. I hope to do these as frequently as possible. And if you watch the live stream replay, drop a comment, man. Did you enjoy it? Did you listen podcast style? Did it help you? If there's a question that was like a light bulb moment or a question that you tried and you come back and it worked, please let me know. Sometimes that forces me to make videos because it's helping people. And that is how this channel is born. That is how this channel is continuing to go, is because of you guys. People are like, dude, are you ever going to run out of beard content? No, because I have thousands of people feeding me questions, feeding me experiences, feeding me updates, and it just feeds itself. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. Anybody that's helping us reach this 100K milestone, thank you. And even if you're not and you're listening right now, you did help. So thank you so much, guys. Please have an amazing day. And always remember, stay bearded, stay